What's going on, guys? We are here tonight with our first place undefeated locals champion, Darius. Darius, tell us, what did you do?
I went undefeated with Mikanko Infernoble pile.
Right, okay. Tell us about your rounds.
So round one, I just played a stun deck. Round two was Branded Illusion. Round three was the final round because somebody got paired up and lost and stuff happened. So round three, I just played against Dragon Link.
Okay, very cool. All right, let's get into the profile, my friend.
So, we are playing 3 Ohime. It is your Rhoda, it is nuts, it does everything for the deck. It's searchable off prep and gets you any card in the deck. We are playing 2 Hare, 2 Huli, and a Nini. So, all of them are really good. Huli is the best one, followed by Hare because it searches equip spells. Huli gives you protection. And Nini you have to play for the trap card to summon from deck because it's a snatch steal during the opponent's turn.
Okay.
We are playing the Neospatian Aquadolphin connector package.
Okay.
Pretty simple, self-explanatory. Forces out hand traps if they have it, or if their hand trap is something like Droll, then they just can't do anything about you.
Awesome.
And then it gets you 2 warriors for an Isolde.
Cool.
I am playing a Roland, a Renard, and a Oliver, I think it is?
Yep.
I'm forgetting his name. I was borrowing it off a mate tonight, so it is what it is. This is really just you search it off Isolde for follow-up plays. This actually never came up. I usually won by turn 2, so this card was pretty meh.
Cool.
Renard is just a really good extender, gets you free resources, becomes a tuner. And the other one is a level 4 tuner that you can make Baron with, and then make Baron untargetable.
Cool. Awesome.
We have Magician Souls package, because we're playing Preparation of Rats anyway, and our deck plays a lot of equip spells, so free draws is always nice.
Yep.
And the Spice. Admittedly, this list is not my own, it's someone else's, but I was testing it out tonight, had a lot of fun with it. I'm gonna send some, we'll talk about it at the end, but there is a combo with the deck that I'll get linked in the description of this video.
Cool.
Dimensional Allotrope Varus. This card is very funny. It is a level 1 Psychic Tuner, so you can E-tally it out and Synchro Summon into Herald of the Arclight or Shooting Razor Dragon.
Okay.
And also, its effect is you can declare a type and attribute and change its type and attribute to that.
Yep.
So it also becomes a target for Isolde.
Yeah, alright. Cool.
So it is free extender, gets you to Isolde, gets you to Herald, just very funny card. I summoned it a few times, it was nice, I didn't mind it, but it did brick me 1 or 2 games as well.
Okay.
2 copies of Ceremony. Ceremony is... the third one shouldn't come up,
Yep.
but you oftentimes do need the second, so it becomes a 2 of.
Okay, cool.
Generally just searched off the Ohime to summon Ohime.
You wouldn't put it at 3? You don't think that'd be viable?
No, because at 3 you end up seeing too many of them.
Yeah.
Because it's only really good if you've seen a Mikanko, and is only really good if you've seen Ohime.
Okay, cool.
So,
That's good to know.
yeah. Durandal is there for some combos. It can search any of the Infernobles and also can search Hare because she's a fire warrior.
Nice.
And is necessary for the combo that gets you 5 negates and a snatch steal.
Okay.
3 Water Arabesque, best card. It is both removal or removal for your opponent, recursion for you, and gets you Mikankos from the deck. Just
So it does
insane
everything.
card. Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, cool.
Worst case scenario, I'd use it to bait out negates for other plays later down the line.
Yeah.
Fire Dance, Mayo Shidori are there for... because they're searchable. Mayo Shidori is the best card in the deck.
Yep.
And every turn you can recur, and it's also a removal spell. It's nuts.
Okay.
And Fire Dance is recursion. It's a monster reborn. Just good stuff. Some people play them at like 1 at 2 and 1 at 1, but I think 1 and 1's fine.
Okay.
I'm playing the Reflection Rondo and the Axe of Fools as removal spells, basically. This can deal with Mirror Jade, this can deal with Snatch Steal anything.
Cool.
Get it off Rivalry. Just, yeah. Interaction is always good. Double-Edged Sword is funny. It did come up a few times. I might consider cutting it. It's a card that when you resolve it, you just win the game, basically, because...
Yeah, this is the one
So, yeah, the mechanic, for those who don't know how Mikanko works, your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken,
Yep.
And Double-Edged Sword says both players take damage and gives the equipped monster 2,000. So if you give a 2,000 or higher attack point monster this, and then crash into it, both players take the damage, and then your opponent takes your damage, so they just take 8,000 plus damage right then and there.
That's a bit funny.
It's very funny, you just win the game straight off it, but it's also a potential garnet.
Yep.
Whenever I saw it in my hand, I just ended up ditching it off, like, illusions.
Okay.
Magician Souls.
Cool. So you don't try to go for the OTK with Double-Edged Sword. You can play the deck another
It's
way.
more there as an Isolde target in this one, where you Isolde to get into the graveyard, and then you can, during like the next turn when you, unless you're going second obviously, going first you just dump it with the Isolde, and then turn 3 you can bait out all your opponent's interactions that they set up during their turn, and Ohime equip it to the opponent's monster and just swing for lethal.
Awesome.
So it's nice, but it can brick you, so I'm a bit iffy on the card.
Okay.
Triple Preparation of Rites, it searches for your card that searches everything in the deck, and also can search for the Magician's Souls if you need to just draw some cards.
Awesome.
Reinforcements of the army, we're playing 5 warrior monsters. Pretty self-explanatory, searching warrior is always good.
Yep. It's a beautiful copy there.
Emergency Teleport.
Cool.
So this card is there for primarily for the Varus, to get the tuner or the warrior. But it can also summon Huli, because Huli is a psychic that's level 3. So it has double purses.
Cool.
That's nice. But you do have to remember it banishes the monster during the end phase, so if you're summoning Huli, you have to get rid of it at some point.
Yep. Does that ever handicap you at all, losing Huli?
Not really, because you can usually just link it off and then you could summon it back with Mayo Oshidori or Fire Dance.
Yeah, cool.
So it's not really a big deal. Then we have Talents, just nuts card. Prosperity. It conflicts with the Talents a little bit and the Magician's Souls, but consistency is consistency. One of Harpies, because blowout card in back row matchups, which is where this deck probably struggles the most.
Yep.
And a Rivalry and a Promise, because they're searchable off Huli. Promise can just get you Nini from deck for a Snatch Steal, and Rivalry can activate your spells from deck for either a Snatch Steal or an Effect Veiler.
Yep. Cool.
That's the main deck, 44 cards.
Nice. We'll go extra deck.
We are playing an El Mirage, because sometimes you just need to get rid of your Mikanko on the board to get it into the graveyard for Mayo. IP Masquerena, important for certain combos. It allows you to go for a... So the combo is if you can make this with the Promise set, you can summon Nini from deck, Snatch Steal an opponent's monster, and then IP Masquerena link them all off into a 3-material Appaloosa.
Nice.
So, steal your opponent's shit, use it. Barricade Borg Blocker, I think I made it once. The one time I made it I got evenly matched, which was unfortunate, but it is basically just face-up spell cards can't be destroyed. So along with Nini, it makes it... Oh no, sorry, Huli, it makes your entire board indestructible and untargetable, except for himself.
Nice.
Ferocious Flame Swordsman, I never made it. The theory is that if you're in a weird position, you might want to make it so you can make a Isolde, so you can get another monster transformed into a warrior. Speaking of, Isolde, bread and butter of the deck, made this practically every game. It's just a nuts card.
Cool.
Nightmare Phoenix and Unicorn.
Nice.
Just removal. The Celine and access code, because you do play the Magician's Souls and Nini are both spellcasters.
Okay.
So it helps your link climb. And Appaloosa, as I mentioned with the IP, is kind of good.
Yep.
There was one game where I would have made this. It was against Dragon Link, but they had the banish up, so I couldn't, unfortunately. But the theory is it needs 2 level 6 monsters, but any opponent's monster could be treated as a level 6 for it.
Oh, okay.
So the theory is you use Ohime plus a monster you've stolen, and then you can remove stuff. I don't know. Never came up. Zeus.
Yep.
Zeus can either be made on that, or once again, I can steal my opponent's cards, swing with an X, spam Xyz, and then make Zeus on top of it. I think you saw that during when we were practice when I stole your Zeus.
Yeah, stole my Zeus, made a Zeus on my Zeus.
Yep. And then the end of it, so Shooting Riser Dragon, couldn't find mine, didn't come up anyway, it was always Prosperity banished, it's just there for something in the side deck.
Cool.
And Herald and Baron.
Awesome.
So, good cards are good. The general end board should be Herald, Baron, IP, and the trap card,
Yep.
and you've just got a lot of negates there.
Awesome. Very cool. Alright, well, as Darius said, we'll link in the description for the combo tutorial and the original deck list.
I can link the combo tutorial, send it to Thomas, and we can get that sorted. It's a pretty cool combo. Yeah, it was very fun. Had a great time.
Awesome. Thank you. Any shout outs, Darius?
Thomas for being a cool dude.
Awesome. All right, cool. Thanks, brother.